Hi, this is John from Proofreading University. And when I started proofreading and editing as a job, I thought it was going to be easy. I thought I would just go get people who wanted proofreading, and I would do the proofreading, and then they would pay me, and then I would just grow. And that's a great thought. It's a great way to get started, but that's actually not how a business works. So this is actually probably the most important thing, or it's just as important as any of the technical proofreading and editing things that I share on this channel. And that's really how to approach your proofreading business and how to run it like a business. So if that's you, if you want to get started, or if you have gotten started, but you want to get serious with it and really pursue proofreading as a really solid side income, or even a career like I do, I want to give you 3 things you need to do and need to think about on a daily basis to make that happen. So the first thing that you need to work on or think about on a daily basis is marketing. Now, none of us get into this profession because we're excited about marketing. Most of us are probably introverted, and we like books and being by ourselves. That's kind of how it goes when you're a proofreader or an editor. But that's not going to work to grow your business. So you want to focus on marketing for some portion of your day. And we'll talk in a minute about what those things might look like. But really, the goal is, if you want to grow your proofreading business, then every day you need to do a marketing task. But that's not all. The second task and an area that you need to prioritize is sales. And again, sales is kind of a scary thing. There's the fear of rejection, or what if I quote the wrong price? What if it's too high or too low? What if people tell me no? What if no one buys my thing? So I get it, because I have to deal with those same fears. But sales is a critical component of your business. And again, we'll talk about what that might look like in just a minute. And then the third thing you want to focus on a daily basis is fulfillment. So fulfillment is doing the work. It's actually doing the proofreading, the editing, the writing, right? It's doing the client work, the work the clients hired you for, the thing we actually got into this business to do. And so really, if you want a successful business as a proofreader, those are the 3 legs to the stool: marketing, sales, and fulfillment. And you need to make sure that every day, or at the very least, on a weekly basis, you are focusing on each of those areas and doing tasks that fall within those areas. And if you can just do that one thing, or focus on those 3 things, then you're going to grow your business over time. It will happen. But the question is, okay, that's fine. Marketing, sales, and fulfillment. How do I do that? What does that even mean? Well, what I did, and what I would recommend you do, is use ChatGPT or AI or whatever LLM you want to use, and have it do some brainstorming for you. Go into the window and tell it, who you are. Hey, my name is John, and I'm a proofreader, and these are my clients that I'm looking to get work from. And here's a little bit about me. Now, can you brainstorm for me 20 marketing tasks I can do, 20 sales tasks I can do, 20 fulfillment tasks I can do, and it will do it, and it'll give you a starting point. So I actually did that for me, and I'm going to attempt to share my screen and show you what it came up with. So when I did this exercise with ChatGPT, I use a product called Voila that is basically a paid interface. Just makes it easier for me, but you can do that if you want, or you can use a free version. I told it to give me all these marketing and sales and fulfillment ideas, and it gave them to me. No, the thing about AI is it will give you anything you ask for, but it may not give you good information. So the reason I chose 20 was because many of these ideas may not be applicable. They might not be great ideas, but out of 20, there's going to be some that are going to be okay to decent, maybe even great. And this is going to help me get started. This is basically giving me that initial brainstorming when I don't know what to do. So if I say, okay, John, I don't like marketing. How can I market myself? I don't know. Here's some ideas that it gave me. Content creation. So one thing that I do to market my business heavily is I post on LinkedIn just about every day. And I try to create engaging posts. I try to inform people, give people value, really make it more, I make it more about educational things than necessarily selling all the time. Because again, that's a marketing thing, not necessarily a sales thing. And I don't want to be known as a guy that's always pushing sales. Email marketing is another thing. So I actually have an email list that I maintain, and I send out newsletters twice a month or every 2 weeks. And again, they're mostly educational in nature. It's just mainly a blog post that I've kind of reformatted. But that's a marketing idea. You can see networking, client testimonials, guest blogging. It's just spitting out all these different things you can do as examples of marketing tasks. And so again, some of these are good, some of these are not so good, but it gets you a starting point. It gets you asking the question, what is a marketing thing I can do today? And maybe for you, it's posting one post on LinkedIn. Hey, then do that. That's a win. That's one more than zero. And then grow from there. Now, sales. Okay, how on earth do I do sales? Well, again, here's 20 ideas that I asked from ChatGPT. So client follow-ups. This is a great tip. If you have some clients, if you're a little bit down the road and you did some work for them and then that work kind of finished up, take the time to follow up with them again. Go back to them a month or two later and say, hey, just curious if you had any extra work that you need done. I'm available. I have some time in my schedule. Love to partner with you. And I have gotten quite a bit of work doing that, as a matter of fact. And that's a super easy sales win because this person already knows you. They already like you, presumably, because you're a wonderful person. They know who you are. They know you do a good job. And so if they have any work, they're most definitely going to give it to you. So that's, client follow-ups are a great way to do the extra sales. It's so much easier to sell to someone you've already sold to in the past than to try to find a new person. But lead nurturing, I'm not gonna go through all these, but just so you know that these are here or that you can make them with ChatGPT. Maybe there's some upselling opportunities. Maybe you can, figure out a way to sell your services and then have some kind of upsell. That might be a selling task you could work on. Maybe you can come up with a promotional offer or a sales presentation that you could give someone. That would work for a selling strategy. Obviously, sales calls, if you can get to, or when you get to the point where you're getting people, booking time on your calendar to talk to you, those are sales calls, and that's perfect. That's a great way to, talk with the potential customer about what you have and what you can do for them. You can work on your sales funnel. This is a whole deep dive that I'm not going to get into, but, do you have lead magnets? Do you have a funnel that draws people in automatically so you don't have to do it? You can work on that. There's all kinds of research you can do in sales funnel optimization. And there's more. Worst case scenario, if you don't have any sales tasks that you can think of and you don't even know where to start, then go get some training. Go check out some YouTube channels. Go take a Udemy course, something like learn a little bit about sales so you can become better at it. And then fulfillment ideas, again, that's really doing client work in our world. So that's pretty easy, but there, again, you can ask ChatGPT for examples if you need to, but basically it's doing the work. It's doing the actual proofreading. So again, marketing, sales, and fulfillment. If you will just commit to working on one task in each of those buckets every single day, you will grow your business. You will become better at owning a business, and you will be able to get better clients, raise your rates, all of those things. And then the last question I want to talk about is, what if you can't think of something to do in that particular bucket? Well, that's okay. Then don't do that thing that day and just worry about it tomorrow. This is not a magical formula where you have to do it every single day or you fail. This is a get your mindset thinking like a business owner thing. So a great example. Some days I have a very light client load. Maybe I don't have anything from any clients that's due that day, and I have a little bit of time in my day. So what can I do with my time? Well, I could sit back and watch YouTube videos and just kind of check out. I mean, and maybe sometimes I do that. But what I usually do in those cases is, okay, I don't have a lot of fulfillment activities today, maybe none. That means I can work on marketing and sales. So one of the things I do to get to grow my network and get potential clients is I host a podcast. It's called the Content Creators Unite podcast. There's another YouTube channel. You can check it out. So if I'm not busy with client work, with fulfillment, then I'm working on my podcast because that fulfills marketing and sales the way that I do it. So it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. Or you can write another blog post if you don't have any client work, or if you have a ton of client work and you just don't have time for marketing sales that day, that's okay, because you know that you're going to have those days where it's, there's a little lull in the client activity that you can focus more on marketing and sales. So I've learned to make it a little more organic, a little more flexible, but just in general, constantly be thinking to yourself, what am I doing in the marketing world? What am I doing to get better at sales? Am I fulfilling my customers' needs? Again, those three questions, just focusing on those three alone, and you will grow your proofreading business. All right, that's it for this time. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you get some value out of it. If you do, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time.